I must say, congratulations to. I am surprised. I think I wouldn't say I'm not surprised, but I think you gotta give credit where credit is due. You know, Signoro Angelotti, one of the best manager in the business, has done it again. He's managed to get this team across the line. But Angelotti is arguably one. You know, you can't deny this. Excuse me, guys. You're gonna have to switch up a little bit. Whoa, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna switch up a little bit. Whoa, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Bang. Here we go. Real Madrid has won another Champions League title. Guys, hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my reaction to Real Madrid winning the Champions League. I wasn't quite sure going to this game how Madrid will set themselves up, okay? But what happened to that? They've had a couple of weeks since they finished La Liga. They won the La Liga. They've had a couple of weeks of break where I feel like Ancelotti has had to mold his team and make sure that everybody know that they job tactically, okay? To win the Champions League final, you have to be the best team, okay? In a way to win the Champions League, Madrid have beaten Chelsea, Man City, PSG. That's not a no-brainer. You have to beat the best team in order for you to win it. Yes, there was game, especially the Man City game where you feel like they got away with it. You need a bit of luck in this tournament, okay? But they got away. I just feel like Liverpool, they've played. I'm not saying I'm making up excuses for Liverpool. It's a game every 3 days. It's a game every 3 or 4 days, you know. But Real Madrid, tactically, Signoro Angelotti, top class. Courtois, some of the save, you know that if you look at the Real Madrid team, right, they scored, right? Some of the save Courtois was pulling up in the game. You're thinking, Courtois has a point to prove here. You know. But as for Liverpool, the goal really came. I put it in my tweet, right? I felt like when you're playing against such a well-minded team like Real Madrid, right? Defensively, they look okay. But from midfield to striker, Karim Benzema, for me, there's no shadow of that. This guy should be named as the best player in the country, best player in the world. Definitely Ballon d'Or winner. No, if we're going based on performance, excuse me. If we are going based on performance, can I give Karim Benzema Ballon d'Or? No question whatsoever. Okay? I felt like Real Madrid midfield had a lot of composure. You know, you've got Casemiro, you've got Cruz, you've got Modric. They just had that extraness of just the experience just shine a little bit more than Liverpool. And I felt like Henderson. Yeah, you know what you get from Jordan Henderson. You know you're gonna get a work ethic. Now and again, will give you a killer pass, but I just feel like there was a more fluidity in Real Madrid midfield, the make of their midfield, than Liverpool made a midfield. What's gonna happen to Mo Salah or Mane? Because there's a contract issue where he wants to go to Bayern. This is just a quote, okay? He wants to go to Bayern, but you know that's another situation that Liverpool needs to sort out. And the question that I'm going to ask you guys watching me, where do you rank Ancelotti as a manager? Is he one of the best managers in the game right now? Because I said he won Champions League twice in Madrid. He won Champions League twice with AC Milan as a coach, both of them. And he won Champions League twice as a player for AC Milan too. So if you're talking about a manager who has been able to adapt his tactical knowledge in the modern game, you got to put Ancelotti up there with the best. And with the best, I'm talking about with the Klopp of this world, with the Klopp, with the Guardiola of this world. You got to put Ancelotti out there because he seemed to be able to invent himself, able to cope with what is required to manage a club like Real Madrid. And another player that I want to speak about, who I thought he made some brilliant save. Courtois. you feel like watching Courtois, he had a lot to prove in terms of like, I need to make myself ready for this game, and he put some of the save Courtois put in the game today, absolutely ridiculous. Okay, you know, and if you notice the game here, you know what Liverpool is gonna do. They're gonna press you high. They're gonna try to suffocate you. They're gonna try to make kick a long ball. What Ancelotti did really well, he uses Modric and Kroos very well in midfield. Because those two guys, they're very good on the ball. They're able to take the ball under the pressure. And Vincent Jr. is always, if you notice in the game, right, Vincent Jr. never move away from Trent's side of the pitch. Vincent Jr. through the 90 minutes here, Vincent play on Trent's side of the pitch. So which means they've highlighted that Trent, in terms of defensive position, is not the best. So we're gonna stick Vincent on his side of the pitch. Okay? And that's why the goal, if you watch the highlights of the goal, right, you see where Trent's body language is. You see where his body is. In terms of like, because what you tend to tell fullback is that open up your shoulder so you can see the man behind you. He was going in facing the goal, not being aware of that there's somebody behind him. So when he misspaced the pass, the ball went in. I think Ancelotti has always been felt difficult to field. But James, I always said Ancelotti, he is not a Pep Guardiola, he's not a Klopp, but Ancelotti is Ancelotti. Ancelotti managed some of the best players in the world. He's managed to be able to adapt his tactical as time goes on. You know, thank you. I'm doing well, Josh. Thank you. And as time goes on, you see Ancelotti's football knowledge just growing into this Madrid side. You know, Madrid won La Liga. Okay, and we all know that Real Madrid breathe Champions League. For them to breathe Champions League, right, which means they're able to fund their team, make them more stronger, and they're gonna say we want number 14 next season. You know, it's incredible. Yes, Liverpool. You know, you're gonna be. You know what? As for Liverpool, right? Carabao Cup, FA Cup, done that. That's not a problem. It would have been great if they won the Champions League, but overall, I just feel like they've been asked to do a lot in terms of the amount of game Liverpool played this season. You know, the amount of game Liverpool played this season. You can also question, is this the end of this great Liverpool team? Because we know that Mane is not sure about signing a new contract. He feel like he need a new challenge. You know, are we going for a transition period? Would we be able to see Liverpool and Real Madrid again next season in the final? That's a question that to be seen, because you go AC Milan who's back again, you go Roma who's back at it again. So there's so many questions. You look at it, you're thinking, as a Liverpool fan, I mean, most of the Man United fan would be, most of the Man United and Everton fan would be very happy with this performance, because I personally feel Liverpool will be too much for Real Madrid. But as the game went on, right, you start to see some of the partner play where Madrid were able to play with the pressure of Liverpool. So you know, sometimes when Liverpool press, right, if you notice in the game, right, it's Jordan Henderson who was the one that really pushing himself up there. Okay, suppose the best team only won 2 domestic cup penalty. Josh, hey, that's a good one. That is a good one. Good one. So suppose the best team only won 2. That, you know what? That definitely deserve a tweet. That definitely deserve a tweet. You know, I feel like Josh, like that rock and roll style of football, yeah, is taking a toll at Liverpool players. That rock and roll of press is taking quite a lot at Liverpool player, and you can see the fatigue in them, you know. And yes, you're allowed to be disappointed as a Liverpool player, where you feel like this was a perfect chance for them to win the Champions League, but then you got to give credit to Mr. Ancelotti. Good manager, knows the game inside out, well organized, set his team up really well. Remember this Real Madrid team is quite experienced team, okay? And if you look at that back four of Real Madrid, right? Mendy, left back, which I agree, okay? Alaba, he's a left back. So if Alaba is playing right in the left in his left of a centre half, it shows you that how well and how trustworthy he is to Ancelotti to fit in the team. So that's an incredible. Again, Real Madrid keep pushing the boundary. They still keep me. Yeah, I agree with you. Liverpool went a bit gun blazing and trying to find a penetration, trying to he brought in two striker, which again was great, but also he let himself open. The question I want to ask you, then I mentioned it earlier when I began the stream, is this Champions League final, right, solidify Benzema the winner of Ballon d'Or? First half they find it very difficult. Second half, Josh, you have to say though, Madrid really growing confident. They really second half they're really growing in confidence. I also felt like that goal should have been allowed. That goal, that Liverpool score, should have been allowed. More so that was there. I mean, listen. Again, this is the history of Jurgen Klopp. Okay, remember he got Dortmund to the final against Bayern. He lost it. He got again to the final. He lost it again. Then he won it. He's a great coach. He's absolutely a great coach. But Jurgen as well need to look at himself. Not because Lev didn't win. But I understand, yeah. When we're talking about Ballon d'Or, yeah, when we're talking about who deserves Ballon d'Or, are we looking at based on the overall performance this season in terms of European, in terms of Champions League? Because if we talk about Champions League performance, I don't care who you are. There's not Messi compensation here. There's no Ronaldo. There's no Mbappe. There's no Neymar. There is one person, and he deserves this. That is Karim Benzema. Karim was the shadow of a player under Ronaldo in Madrid. Karim, he's the man in Madrid. Okay? Like the longest servant after Sergio Ramos. He deserved this Ballon d'Or. And if he doesn't get this Ballon d'Or, I don't even know what to say about this, because he has been incredible. And also, like, if you see how he played himself up front, the way he was able to bring other people in the game, that's what you want to see as a solo center forward. He's a complete striker. And one thing I must say, right, is it Vincent Jr.? That kid has a bag of trick in his locker. He has a... You know what? Vincent was incredible. Modric, Casemiro, Cruz. The experience just shine through the game. You can just see them just growing confidence. They get in it, put it... You're like... You know, Liverpool would like to press. But just to have experienced player like that in the pitch makes a massive difference. You know, Modric, when in England, he busted for Tottenham. And since he's gone to Madrid, I just feel like his game went another level. His game just gone to another level because he played with so much confidence the way he played. Vincent is only 21. Even Thomas, if you watch the game here, and I said it earlier, right? They made sure Vincent stay with Trent. As much as Trent is a good forward-thinking right back, yeah, defensively, he's not a good fit right back. Defensively, you will expose Trent if you put a centre forward. Overall performance he does deserve. Everything. I agreed in terms of the popularity issue. Not even new award, but I think if we're basing on like what is done in La Liga, I don't see why Benzema should be overlooked in this conversation. You know, Modric was absolutely incredible. Bust the midfield as you expected from Lucas. Lucas get the ball under control, pass, move again. Like I'm Rio just Thiago was very disappointed. I feel like Thiago Silva again. There was rumor before the game that he was injured. He won't be able to play. Blah blah blah. I'm just looking at the highlights of my and Real Madrid goal. You can see Trent is so ball watching. Yeah, he's focused just on the ball. And when you train kids, when you train wing back, right? You always told kids that if you're defending the goal, open up your shoulder so that you're aware the person behind you. And you can. This is where the difference comes when we talk about a good right back, a world class right back who's both good offensively and defensively. Trent, he's a good player, but I felt like if you could just open up his body, if he was aware of Vincent behind him, who don't know what's gonna happen to who know what's gonna happen if Thiago was in the field. I mean Galaxy 20. I mean the way Real Madrid was set up today, right? You gotta give credit to Ancelotti. He studied Liverpool to the point where he wasn't phased with the pressing of the game because he had 3 guys in midfield who were able to play under the pressure. But I also, if you look at the amount of time Liverpool, especially Jordan, he tried to play that long ball behind Mendy, who I think he's able to keep up with Mo Salah. So that was the difference. Mane hit the post at one point. Again, that was unbelievable save by Courtois. By the way, I felt like Courtois wanted to prove a point that he's up there with the conversation with one of the best in the world. Liverpool created so many opportunities because I just felt like Madrid back four. That's a make a wish type of back four. That's not a real back four. But Courtois was absolutely incredible. If you need to win a tournament, you need your goalkeeper to be great. But I agree with you and saying you right. His work rate is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. You the question really want to ask my viewer, those of you watching me, what is next for this Liverpool team then? What is next for this Liverpool team? Because has Jurgen taken this as far as he could? But better in mind, he's already signed a new contract, right? What is next for Liverpool? What is next for this Liverpool team? Because they got to the final. Again, I thought the tempo of the game was very slow, suited Madrid. You know what? I was surprised because I think like for Madrid, they finished the season early. So I felt like they had a longer break. So for the game to start the way Liverpool started, it just felt like this is okay for us because we're okay. Whereas Liverpool, they finished the season last week. So there's quite a lot to play on, Oh. But it's one of those things where Liverpool fan, I agree that they're upset and they're disappointed that the season hasn't gone to plan. They missed out on the Premier League, missed out on the Champions League, but they won Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. So they'll be there in the Community Shield against Man City again. They need to change up the high tempo stuff. But with the high tempo pressing style, yeah. If you watch Liverpool, right, they've been playing every 3 or 4 days. You need a bigger squad to be able to cope with the high pressing style, and that can only last for so long. You've got to be able to adjust and adapt as the season go on, because team will be able to analyze you and find a way how to get away from that pressing style. Yes, it works for time being. I feel like now people feel like, okay, we know what to expect from Liverpool when they're on the back four or when they're on the front four. They're gonna press you. They're gonna make it difficult. They're gonna try to commit you to try to make you commit error. All that kind of stuff. That's what Liverpool try to get to do to you. However, if you have a midfield that is well drilled, well organized, you're able to suck up that pressure. What is next for this Liverpool team? What is next for Real Madrid? Is Real Madrid the best team in the world? In terms of individually, I wouldn't say they're the best team in the world, but they are one of the best in the history of Champions League, because the history shows that they've won it more than anybody so far now. And City are the best. That's just a matter of opinion. I understand that. As I said, for me, manager of the season, if you talk about manager of the season, straight away it's simple. Carlo Ancelotti, again, Champions League winner. Player of the season, Karim Benzema. Simple as that. No two ways about it. No argument about it. If Karim Benzema does not win Ballon d'Or, if Signore Ancelotti do not win manager of the season, then who knows what this football taking us. You know, it was an absolutely great final. It was unfortunate for Liverpool. They've had a very, very difficult couple of weeks in terms of missing out on the Premier League for Man City, and now losing to Liverpool and losing to Real Madrid in the final of Champions League. That's a bitter pill. That's a hard pill to swallow. Very, very difficult pill to swallow. But they're gonna have to brush themselves off, go off the holiday, come back in, start next season again, because once you have a taste of this Champions League stuff, you want to have it every single year. Can I see Liverpool or Real Madrid come back in again in next season in terms of Champions League final? That's a difficult question. Because in Italy now, AC Milan have been bubbling very well out there as well. It will be interesting to see the type of outcome that you see from Liverpool in terms of recruitment, who's gonna get released, all that kind of stuff. Because again, this season they played so many games, and you can see it's taking a lot out of this team. Give credit where credit is due. Ancelotti again managed to find a team. I'll never ignore it. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for coming from my stream, my guy. I really appreciate that, man. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get to that 5,000 subscriber, man. Let's push into that 5,000 subscriber by the end of June. Let's get to that 5,000 subscriber. But guys, I hope you enjoy this revision, this reaction to Real Madrid winning the Champions League. I will see you next time, as I'm planning to upload a video on Sunday or Monday. See you soon.